Once upon a time, in a city that sparkled like a jewel, there lived a woman named Eleanor. She was not your typical protagonist, for Eleanor had seen many seasons pass, and her hair had turned silver like the moonlit sky. Her eyes, however, held secrets of endless youth. Eleanor's life was a quiet one, living in a quaint cottage on the outskirts of the bustling city. Her days were filled with the fragrance of blooming roses and the music of chirping birds. She had retired from the frenzied world of commerce, where she once had been a high powered executive making important decisions in a glass tower. Each evening, she would sit on her porch, gazing at the stars, her eyes filled with wonder and her heart heavy with the memories of a life well lived. She often wondered what lay beyond the boundaries of her city, beyond the skyline that hid the stars from view. One crisp autumn evening, a knock at her door startled her. She opened it to find a young man, disheveled and lost. He introduced himself as Samuel, a wanderer who had lost his way in the dark woods surrounding her cottage. Eleanor, ever kind-hearted, invited him inside, offering him warmth and solace. As they sat by the fire, Eleanor listened to Samuel's tales of adventure and the world beyond the city's borders. He spoke of enchanted forests, mountains that scraped the heavens, and oceans where time itself seemed to stand still. Eleanor's heart stirred with longing, for she had forgotten the thrill of exploration. Over the next few weeks, Samuel became a regular visitor to Eleanor's cottage, regaling her with stories of his travel. In return, Eleanor shared her own past and the days when she had been a formidable force in the corporate world. But the more she listened to Samuel's stories, the more she realized that her true adventures were still ahead. One night, as they watched the stars twinkle overhead, Samuel proposed an audacious idea. "Eleanor," he said, "why don't we embark on an adventure together? Let us leave this city behind, rediscover the world, and create new stories to share." Eleanor hesitated, her mind filled with doubts and fears, but the longing in her heart, the same longing that had brought Samuel to her doorstep, overcame her uncertainty. "Yes," she replied, "let's embark on this grand adventure." And so, they packed their bags and ventured into the unknown, leaving behind the city that had been their home for so long. They traveled to the mountains, where they scaled the highest peaks and saw eagles dancing in the sky. They journeyed to the forest, where they met creatures of wonder and mystery, and to the oceans, where they watched the waves kiss the shores with eternal devotion. With each new experience, Eleanor's eyes sparkled with a newfound youth, and Samuel discovered a depth of wisdom within her that left him in awe. Together, they found joy in the simple pleasures of life: a campfire under a starry night, the rustles of leaves in the wind, and the tastes of wild berries picked along the way. As the years passed, Eleanor and Samuel's adventures became stuff of legends, and their stories were shared far and wide. They grew old, not in years, but in richness of their experiences. Samuel, who had once been a wanderer, found home in Eleanor's heart, and Eleanor, who had once been content to watch the stars from her porch, found her place in the world. And so, my dear friends, the moral of this bedtime story is this: No matter your age, no matter how many seasons have passed, it is never too late to embark on a grand adventure, to explore the unknown, and to discover the magic that lies beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. In the company of kindred spirits, you can find the youth that never fades and stories that never end. For Eleanor and Samuel, like the stars that shine above us, their adventure was eternal and their love was boundless. Now, as you drift into slumber, may you dream of your own grand adventures, for the world is vast and your story is still waiting to be written. And as always, let each breath remind you that you are here in this moment and all is well. Good night.